What is up everyone, and welcome to a super exciting unboxing. This is the first ever time I've imported something from Japan. I was surprised at how easy it was, and the eBay seller that I used was absolutely fantastic. But to cut a long story short, I used my Christmas money to treat myself to a console that I really wanted, and I cannot wait to unbox it and share it with you guys. The reason that there's two parcels here is because Japan's, I believe it's their regulations or something, states that the parcels have to be below 2 kilos, so the console and the accessories have had to come separately, which is totally fine. They both arrived on the same day, which is fantastic. So yeah, I can't wait to dive in. As the title and the thumbnail suggests, this is a Pikachu edition Nintendo 64, Japanese console of course. However, it's not just the blue one or even the slightly different Japanese blue one, it is the bright orange one. Orange is pretty much my favourite colour, and I do have an orange here, although it is slightly battered and bruised because it's been in my bag. I've brought one into the frame to compare it to the colour of the N64 to see how orange it really is. Which is definitely another dimension to this unboxing. So we're going to unbox both of these boxes separately, of course, and yeah, I'm so excited to dive straight in. I bought this as a treat for myself with my Christmas money. I would have never spent hard-earned cash on something like this. You know, I've got some really important things to think about in my life at the moment in terms of moving and my family and my kid and everything. But yeah, this was pure Christmas money as a gift from other people, so I can do what I want with it. And I got myself a Japanese N64 because why the hell not? So without further ado, let's dive straight in. So here we have the first of two packages. Well, I assume it's the first because the other one's got a 2 written on it, but that may be nothing to do with me. But it doesn't matter what order we open it in anyway. So here we go. You guys can see this is a really funky sort of import label. We've got, what does it say? Used video game console, and yeah, it's just, this is so exciting to me. Again, guys, I've never done this kind of thing before, so getting into the box would actually be a good start. The packaging feels really nice, really good. Oh, it's actually got staples in it, I believe. Or is that just me? No, no staples, we're okay. Packaging feels really good. Sturdy, nothing's rattling around in the box. Come on. I lose the ability to be able to open boxes when I'm really excited like this. I haven't been excited like this to do an unboxing for a long time, because this is 100% not work related. This is pure enjoyment. Right then, let's take a look at what we have in here. Okay, so I can see a controller. That means the console is in the other one, so it's kind of saving the best to last. Let's take a little look. Here we have a controller. Okay, awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. This is so orange. Let's rip open the packaging. So here we have one orange and yellow Japanese Pikachu edition controller. Now, I did notice from the picture that the analog sticks are a little loose. They're not the worst I've ever felt, but they're certainly not the best. So I will be doing some work to these. I do have a lot of N64 controllers hanging around that I need to do some work to. So these will go in that batch. But there you have it. Orange and yellow controller, absolutely lovely. And that is not the end of the story, guys. As you guys can see, I pushed the boat out and I decided to go for a system that included 2 controllers. So here we have controller number 2, which actually has a much better feeling analog stick, which is great. Still a little loose, as you guys can see, but generally quite a bit better. So controller 1, controller 2, there they are, both identical, both Japanese Pikachu edition. Absolutely awesome to see these in person. And also, guys, another thing worth mentioning is the yellow on the back is actually quite an orangey yellow. It doesn't come out like this on camera because my camera is showing you a truly like really flat color palette at the moment, but this is quite an orangey yellow. It looks really nice, so I'll put that to one side. And naturally, I believe we do have a couple of other things in here. This console, interestingly enough, came with something that I don't own anymore, because I sold it with a console bundle, and that is a Nintendo 64 transfer pack. So for those of you who don't know what this is, it basically slots into the back of your N64 controller, like so, and it allows you to put your Game Boy games in there to transfer Pokemon between your Game Boy and Pokemon Stadium games, and it also works for... What did I learn the other day? It works for something else as well. There are a couple of games that it works for. The one I learned the other day was really quite unexpected. Gutted that I forgot about that. But yes, there it is. Transfer pack, really cool stuff. And also in the bottom of this bubble wrap, I did notice that there was an official N64 memory card, which is always, always good to have. Or should I say controller pack, which is what they're actually called. So, digging in again, it's definitely been split in half for the weight thing, guys. And the seller was really good. He mentioned that things were coming in 2 halves, so I really appreciated that. I think it's fairly obvious what's in this one. So we have the power cable, of course, with the Japanese plug on it, which is the same as the US, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there it is, nevertheless, 120 volt. Look at that compared to a UK 240 volt. Actually, no, this is either 100 volts or 110 volts, I believe. There's the power brick that goes into the back of the console. As far as I know, you can use UK power supplies, but I will double check that before plugging anything in. Here we have a official Nintendo AV cable, I believe, what looks to be. Yes, it is, official Nintendo one. It's got Nintendo written there, so that is always handy. Nice AV cable, yeah, will definitely come in handy. Even though I'm using S-Video and loads of funky stuff right now, it's always good to have those cables to resell consoles if they only come with their aerial cable. So, that is it for package 1. Let's move package 1 to the side and bring package number 2 into the frame. So here it is, package number 2. Let's dig right in, folks. This is where the money shot is. This will house the console itself, which is fantastic. Now, I've never ever seen a Pikachu N64 in person. Obviously I wouldn't have seen one of these orange ones in person, they didn't come out in the PAL region, but I haven't even seen one of the blue ones that we got, and it's not as if they're incredibly rare, so I am really looking forward to just taking a look at the system and seeing what it feels like. So we did get one Japanese game. This is Bomberman 64, I believe? Let's have a look. Yeah, Bomberman 64. I've never played it. Obviously, I've never played the Japanese one, but I've never played the PAL one. Never owned it. As you can see, Japanese, which is awesome. So here it is, my first ever Japanese game cart. And while we're on the topic of games, I'm not just interested in using this to play Japanese games, although I will play the odd Japanese game here and there probably. I'm more interested in playing US games, so I will be doing a modification to this console and documenting it on video very shortly, where I'll cut out the tabs that are here and here in the cartridge slot so that I can play US NTSC games, because once that hardware modification is made, you can do that without any further mods. It'll play US games, you know, whereas a PAL console is totally different. So that is definitely something. So the last thing we have in here, as well as the game, which I'm quite excited about. I do like Japanese labels. They've always got a lot of white on them. Here we have it. Here is the money shot. Okay. Quite a bit longer than a standard N64 console. Looking very orange. This looks fantastic, guys. I am so excited. Let's move you down slightly. Here we go. Oh my gosh, excitement. It is all real. Here we are. There it is, folks, in all of its glory. Look at this absolutely wonderful Nintendo 64. So, as you guys can see, bright orange. Let's do it. Let's bring the orange into the frame. And to be honest, the Nintendo 64 puts this piece of fruit to shame. To absolute shame. I'm going to have to eat it to get rid of it while editing this video or whatever. But here we have it, guys. The Pikachu orange Japanese N64. Few things that I love about it then. I love the full Nintendo 64 logo in the corner. I think that looks really nice. The reason that that's there is because it says Pikachu Nintendo 64 on the front and it doesn't have the logo, but I think that looks awesome in the corner. The power on switch is a Pokeball, so that is just really cool. It's got a nice mechanical clunk to it. It's obviously got the same expansion pack slot. I will be putting an expansion pack in there. The reset button is Pikachu's foot, which is such a brilliant touch, and it still has the little sticker that a lot of consoles are found with peeled off. And the power light is actually Pikachu's cheeks, and they flash while the console initially boots up. There we have the cartridge slot. You can see in there, you should be able to just about see the 2 tabs that I need to cut out to allow this system to play US games. They are right there. If we take a look underneath, we will probably see, hang on, yes, plenty of Japanese writing on the bottom, which is awesome. No N64DD expansion bay, which is interesting. Power plug, AV plug, or should I say socket, sorry. And yeah, there it is, looking absolutely wonderful. So there's that, and just putting a controller with it so you guys can see. I'll tell you what, guys, what I'll do is I'll take a wider shot from of the whole bundle. So there it is, everyone, in all of its glory. If you want to know how much I paid for this, you can pretty much say with postage, it doesn't really matter what accessories and stuff you get. There's a load of different bundles on there, and it's quite easy to import using eBay. But if you want to know how much, it roughly worked out at about £102 odd for this whole thing with postage, which is really good, because if you take this into account, that a Pikachu N64 PAL edition at the moment is going on eBay for at least £45, if not £50 to £55, and that's only with one Pikachu controller. Add a game on top of that and a couple of accessories like this, and then of course postage, blah blah blah. Considering the fact that you're getting a totally unique Japanese console, well, unique to me anyway, obviously it's not unique in Japan, but it's definitely unique here. Considering the fact that it's coming all the way from there as well, that is a really good deal. And it's only going to get more and more expensive because people's interests in these things are going up and up and up. So if there are any of you N64 fans out there that have wondered about importing a Japanese system, then now is definitely a good time to do it, I'd say. In terms of the weight, it is January the 5th today, and I ordered this on Christmas Day, December 25th, as soon as I counted how much money that I'd received from family and friends. Now, a lot of you may say in the comment section, "Oh, Tom, you should have put it towards something useful." Well, to tell you the truth, guys, I worked my absolute balls off towards the end of 2015, just before Christmas there, earning a shed load of money to buy household appliances and to get myself sorted in my new place. So, yeah, I treated myself with my Christmas money, and everyone thinks this is really cool. Between takes, I just ran downstairs with the console and controller now just to show everyone, and they absolutely loved it. And yeah, I just think it's going to be so awesome. So I was initially going to test this out in this video, but it's already getting a little bit long. So I think I'm going to do a dedicated video where I test it out. That way I can really ramble on about running Japanese consoles in the UK, and then I can experiment a little bit with it as well without sort of tacking it on the end of the unboxing video. So expect a test video of this system in the next couple of weeks. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you like my new system. If you have any questions, please post them down in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you next time.